There's a telling scene in The Great Gatsby where Jordan Baker, the shady golf pro, says, "I hate careless people. It takes two to make an accident."
The days are now dwindling down to a precious few.
In President Obama's words, we are almost out of time.
The debt stalemate in Washington.
This comes to mind because of the budget, taxes, debt ceiling crisis the nation is going through. What we are seeing is a stupendous pileup of immensely careless people who've been heading for trouble for more than a decade now. There's no doubt that Bill Clinton, for all of his issues, left the federal budget on a sound financial footing. It was undone by the bursting of the internet bubble, the two wars following 9/11, but mostly because of the folly of supply-side economics, which falsely assured Americans that they could have their cake and eat it too, that large tax cuts would yield higher government revenue. There never was any convincing data to back it up, and the results of supply-side tax cuts were immense government deficits under Bush 43. There was also another problem, an inflexible belief by some on the GOP side that low taxes were an American birthright. They're not. We're not immune to arithmetic. If we spend a lot, we have to tax a lot. Then came Mr. Obama's carelessness, his wild raise in the federal expenditure so that what had seemed like huge deficits under Bush 43 suddenly seemed modest. And then came the Tea Partiers, who insisted on the basically impossible, an immediate cut in federal spending large enough to balance the budget without tax increases. In this age of Medicare, Medicaid, two wars, massive federal debt, interest payments, staggering Social Security obligations, that was simply impossible. So we have now got many careless persons making an accident. It now appears disaster has been averted and that the can has been kicked down the road, at least for a while. That's not great, but it's better than an immediate train wreck. If something cannot go on forever, it will stop, said my famous father, but it can end horribly if people are careless enough. It's time for the grown-ups of the right and the left to stand up. Both parties got us into this mess, and both parties have to get us out.